What is going on, everybody? My name is Katie Moran from Heel Heat Studios, and I am back again for another video. This time is a very personal one for me, as I am talking about one of my personal favorite current professional wrestlers in the entire world today, and personally my favorite NXT superstar, and quite arguably one of my favorite WWE superstars, Johnny Gargano. As the former NXT Tag Team Champion gets set to face Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia for the NXT Championship, Johnny Gargano is about to have the biggest match of his career, and his build-up leading to this match has just been incredible, and it has turned Johnny Gargano into just a fan favorite, into the heart and soul of NXT. We have not had such a lovable babyface in NXT since Sami Zayn during his days in NXT, where he was dubbed the heart and soul of NXT. But ever since Sami Zayn made his way to the main roster, we have not really had that top babyface that we could really get behind, and that we could really, kind of the underdog built babyface chasing the championship. We have had top babyfaces being in the title contention and being built up as the next guy, like Shinsuke Nakamura, Roderick Strong, Drew McIntyre, but we haven't had someone like Johnny Gargano since Sami Zayn. And personally for me, I love everything about Johnny Gargano. I think he is the entire package. He is small, absolutely, but he is one of the best in the world, in my opinion. And I honestly feel Johnny Gargano goes underappreciated, and he is very underrated when we talk about who are the best wrestlers in the world, who are the best performers and storytellers in the world of professional wrestling, and Johnny Gargano's name never comes up during that. Since he was named the number one contender for Andrade Cien Almas' NXT Championship, he has really shown that he has what it takes to be the top babyface, and this is one of the best built underdog stories that has been told ever since Sami Zayn and ever since Daniel Bryan on WWE's main roster. NXT was on the verge of creating something special with Roderick Strong earlier in the summer. It was supposed to be the summer of Roderick Strong, where he overcomes the obstacles, overcomes his family difficulties, and overcomes Bobby Roode to win the NXT Championship, but that is not what happened. Instead, Drew McIntyre was the one to defeat Bobby Roode. Completely wrong choice in my opinion, but that's a topic for another day. However, Triple H and NXT have done a brilliant job, and I gotta throw in credit to Shawn Michaels, who is really, we don't see it on TV, but if you look on Twitter and on social media, Shawn Michaels has really taken Johnny Gargano under his wing, because look, it's safe to say Shawn Michaels sees it in Johnny, Triple H sees it in Johnny, even guys like X-Pac and Lance Storm see the potential in Johnny Gargano, and that is because he has delivered in every single way ever since the breakup of DIY last year. Ever since DIY split up after Tommaso Ciampa turned heel and brutalized Johnny Gargano in the most effective heel turn of 2017, and quite honestly one of the greatest heel turns in WWE's history, Johnny Gargano sold that heel turn perfectly. You could see the emotion, you could see the confusion. He didn't know what was happening. He tried to console Tommaso Ciampa. He tried, basically like, it's okay, it's all over now. And ever since that night, ever since TakeOver Chicago in May, Johnny Gargano I've been so hooked on Gargano, and because I saw right then and there the potential that Johnny Gargano has as NXT's top babyface, and ever since he has gone out on his own and Ciampa has been out with this injury, he has proved, not just to me, but to almost every single other NXT fan, diehard fan, that he is the face. He is the heart and the soul of NXT. He is someone that the fans can get behind, because he is the ultimate underdog in NXT and in WWE. We have not had an underdog like this, like I said, since Daniel Bryan, since Sami Zayn, since Roderick Strong, except this time, unlike Strong, they can actually capitalize on this. Not only is Johnny Gargano a perfect storyteller in every way, shape, or form, but he is just a fantastic performer inside the ring. If you go back to his matches, even with Tommaso Ciampa as his tag team partner, go back to their matches against The Revival versus the Authors of Pain, versus virtually anybody, and Johnny Gargano was the stud of that match. He is one of the very best technical wrestlers and very best workers that WWE has on their roster. And that is saying something, because there is just an incredible amount of talent, not just in NXT, but the entire WWE itself. If you even go off his singles matches, his matches with Andrade Cien Almas have been spectacular. His match with Cassius Ohno was one of the very best for NXT's late half of the year. Johnny Gargano absolutely has what it takes to be one of the best in-ring performers, as he has shown in virtually every single match since he has joined NXT. Hell, go back to the Cruiserweight Classic. He had one of the best matches of the year with Tommaso Ciampa, one of the best storytelling performances in that entire tournament. In fact, one of the best storytelling performances of the entire year, all thanks to Johnny Gargano. If his in-ring work is not enough, his promo ability and his ability to make the fans want to believe in him has been extraordinary. Go back to this past week on NXT, and in the intro of this video, you saw just a bit of it. He can work the crowd. He can make the crowd feel for him. He can make the crowd and the fans want to get behind him. He is the ultimate underdog. Everybody loves an underdog, and you cannot be that ultimate underdog if you do not sell yourself as the underdog. And Johnny Gargano has done that absolutely perfectly. Johnny Gargano came out after Zelina Vega, made some remarks about him. Johnny Gargano comes out, he says he hears the buzz, he hears the rumors, he knows people do not believe in him, but he believes in himself. And that right there is what makes Johnny Gargano so great. People doubt him, people don't believe in him, he believes in himself, and in the process of believing in himself, he gets other people to believe in him as well. Go back to that promo on this past week during NXT. He comes out, he says, for the first time in a very long time, I know exactly who I am. I am Johnny Gargano. I am Johnny freaking Wrestling. And right there, that one line had the entire fan base and the entire crowd join Johnny Gargano, because they knew right there, that is the confidence you need. That is what you need to be a believable underdog babyface. And as Johnny Gargano will continue his quest for the NXT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa is going to be the biggest factor in helping Johnny Gargano become even more amazing as a babyface. As Tommaso Ciampa has been out with the torn ACL ever since NXT TakeOver in Chicago, where he turned on Johnny Gargano, the rumors have been circulating as to when he will return. I think the absolutely perfect time for him to return is in Philadelphia for NXT TakeOver. Whether or not he is physically involved, he needs to make an appearance, either costing Johnny Gargano the match, distracting Johnny Gargano, therefore Almas takes the win, or maybe Johnny Gargano does win the NXT Championship and Tommaso Ciampa attacks him after. Either way, when we eventually get Ciampa versus Gargano, when we get that feud, and quite possibly the feud of the year in Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, it is going to make everybody jump on the Johnny Gargano bandwagon, because you have such a great babyface in Gargano, and who is going to be a monstrous, disastrous, aggressive heel going after Gargano in every way, shape, or form. It's a perfect story. It is the perfect storm, if you would say. You have the heart and soul against the man who wants to take everything away from him. And that right there gives the fans perfect reason to jump on Gargano's bandwagon. Johnny Gargano is the heart and soul of NXT, and he is honestly one of my favorite professional wrestlers in the entire world, and he is definitely making a case for being one of the best in the world. And I think what we see from him in his match with Almas, and what happens, if anything happens with Tommaso Ciampa at TakeOver Philadelphia in less than a week, it is really going to be something special to watch. because we could potentially be seeing the birth of not only one of the best feuds of 2018, but the birth of one of the greatest babyfaces. Hear me out. Mark my words. We could be seeing the birth of one of the greatest babyfaces, not in NXT's history, but in WWE's history as a whole. But that's going to do it for me here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. It does mean a lot to me, as I love Johnny Gargano, and there's no one in the world that I am more passionate about at the moment than Johnny freaking wrestling. So I hope you did all enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more awesome content. But before I go, do not forget to check out the links in the description. You can follow us on Twitter, you can check us out on Facebook, you can follow me on Twitter, you can follow my partner Bill on Twitter, and you can also go support us on Patreon if you are interested into helping us grow, do better, and give you more content. But that is going to do it for me here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, like I said. That's going to do it for me here. Take care. Goodbye.